brain at up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before brain at up in the jungle, talking the bundles. It's history I'm making. My poppin' like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, sliding your land. Hopping the sprinters. Tore the underworld, popping the mentor. Landed the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We up and squeeze, tuck it and leave. We leaving a stain, fuck up for breeze. Running the banks, causing a crash and feather the feds. Moorish the fashion, horse was smashing, kicking the door. Wave on 4-4s, it was blasting. Mother the gas and loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm is Bentley receipts. Washing the benches, we rinse and repeat. Century of self, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning, flooded the bright lane. The hunger was biting, biting.
Thanks to innovations from highly evolved superintelligences, it's now possible to create humanoid robots that can turn.
Yeah, think of what you want and translate that into an API call, a set of code, said McNamara.
With intelligence, conscious robot probes comprised of self-replicating nanobots are being sent to dozens of other galaxies through wormholes. Planets and moons are being converted to smart materials comprised of neural networks. We even discovered a fallen alien civilization that is believed seconds, and is effortlessly creating blueprints for inventions that would have taken humans 100 years to conceptualize. The technological singularity has officially begun crimes many weeks before they occur. That's because they're able to analyze the thoughts patterns and biological signals of billions of people. High-end
phrases, so let's see what it comes up with. I like this one, proud to be nerding out, owning the fact that we're nerds when it comes to this stuff. All right, so I think we've got a few good phrases here. Training my neural networks, brewing ideas with AI, keep calm and let the AI handle it, machine learning, copy in, code out, artificial intelligence, natural creativity, and proud to be nerding out. I'm gonna go ahead and copy all of these, feed this back into ChatGPT.
technology into their operations. Developing AI-powered products such as chatbots.
That is the metaphor through which eternity is to be experienced as a radiance.
And these other two figures?
Whenever one moves out of the transcendent, one comes into a field of opposites. These two pairs of opposites come forth as male and female from the two sides. The central head is the mask of eternity. This is the mask of God.
Mask of eternity.
That is the metaphor through which eternity is to be experienced as a radiance.
And these other two figures?
Whenever one moves out of the transcendent, one comes into a field of opposites. These two pairs of opposites come forth as male and female from the two sides. One has eaten of the tree of the knowledge, not only of good and evil, but of male and female, of right and wrong.
Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Peace to you and yours. Peace to you and yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Third Eye Friday. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill. Let me know how we sound on the audio. Please let me know how we doing on the audio. Right now, I am not in my office. I'm on the road. I'm in Houston, Texas. Shout out to all of my Texas family. So, yeah, we on the road and whatnot. Pardon me about yesterday, last night. I kind of like had jet lag. So I didn't want to give y'all the super lazy flow. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be nodding out because I actually didn't go to sleep the night before. So I had to basically recharge my batteries. And I'm on a new grid. I'm in Texas. The sun is beaming out here. It feels good. So I feel good. I'm celebrating my daughter's 10th birthday. She's about to turn 10 years old. And I remember it like it was yesterday, seeing her take her first breath. She's beautiful. She's happy. She's healthy. And to be honest with you, that is my parameter for success. You feel me? For all of my fathers out there, especially, and my mothers, of course, you know, that goes without saying. You know, a lot of the fathers are hard on themselves because there's so much that is expected of us. You know what I mean? I don't know if men get a chance to emote, but there's so much that's expected of us that we don't even know how to measure success. We don't really know how to measure if it's right or not. And to be honest with you, my ruler or my measurement is just to see them happy, yo. Like, I don't know what else life has to ask for. I don't know what else to give life, but to give them some happy children and give these children some happy experiences. So shout out to all of my fathers out there that are in their children's life, that are doing right by the little ones, that are putting smiles not only on the children's faces, but their mothers too, because to be honest with you, it's really about making them happy. You feel me? Because you can make it happy, you can make a child happy all day, but mama deserves to smile too, don't she? They do a lot of work, you know what I mean? Shit, they brought these star seeds to the planet. So shout out to the mothers, you feel me? Shout out to the mamas, you know, shout out to the grandmothers, shout out to all of the family, you know, just shout out to the little ones, man, for real, for real. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do roll call. We in the building. I see y'all deep in the building. It's gonna be one of those days and whatnot. We're gonna chop up game. We're gonna get to it. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk our talk. As you see in the commercials, we got sponsors, we got things coming up. It's very important that you know about these things. One of the most important dates that are coming up in September is on the 10th. That's when me, Blue Pill, and AA Rashid is going to do an art show / lecture entitled Dark Matter Timing 23. I'm going to be bringing out artwork. I haven't done this before. I'm going to be debuting a new album, Red Summer. I haven't done this before. I'm going to be in my metaphysical occult bag teaching on a stage and whatnot. Haven't done this in a very long time. I don't think I've done a lecture in Atlanta since I've been here this time around. This might be my first lecture. So I really look forward to seeing y'all either on a live stream or seeing you in the flesh. I guarantee you this is going to be the event of the year until something else comes along that's better than it. This will be the event of the year. Okay? Facts. So San Jose is in the building. Shout out to San Jose. I see you. Shout out to Seattle. All right. Naptown. ATL in the building. What's popping? Barbados. We got Harlem up in this thing. Look, we got Ethiopia. Y'all salute the Ethiopians in this thing. Eritreans and Ethiopians. All of my family from the continent. Love and light to y'all. We see you. We hear you. And we there for you. PG County. Ireland in the building. CT in the building. All right. Shout out to 24 Hours of Peace. Shout out to Hakeem Green and everybody that's behind that broadcast, that program. It's very much needed. Shout out to Ross Baraka, the mayor. Jersey in the building. Washington in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Indianapolis in the building. 704 in the building. Yeah, Cliff. Yeah, 317. You know what I'm talking about? Bronx is up in here. Shout out to the Bronx. Georgia's in here. Newark is in here. Stone Mountain is in here. Charlotte, Jacksonville, Nashville, Delaware, Modesto, Santa Rosa, Phoenix. What up, Phoenix? Is it hot out there? Tampa, Texas A&M. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah, I love Dade County. You know, I used to live in Dade County, right? Kendall. I was staying in Kendall. Then I went to the beach. So Dade County, money is a major issue. You know what I'm saying? It's always been love for Dade County. It's always been love for the 305. You know, even though Floridians, y'all are different humans than the regular average American. Y'all are just different, but it's in a good way and in an interesting way. Yeah, CT up in this biatch. All right, we got LA up in this bitch. Slauson girl, I see you. You becoming the voice of California, LA. I see you, sis. I'm very proud of you. I put that out there physically and for the public. Keep working. Keep putting pressure on them. Keep being a lens for what's going on behind the scenes in LA, politically wise. You've been teaching us some things that we need to know. And whatever we could do to assist you, when I get this shit right and exact, I'm offering deals. I'm on my Charlemagne shit. He got the Black Network. Well, we're going to have a network too. So I'm coming for people in a positive way when the ink dries. So y'all keep working, man. Don't ever think that nobody is paying attention. I mean, I be needing to hear shit like that. So I'm going to say to you what I listen for to hear others say sometime. So you keep working, you know, keep doing what you love. If you don't love that shit, don't do it. But it seems that you love doing what you do. Because I don't ever want to put a battery in nobody's back and they don't like doing what they're doing. And it's almost like we're pushing people to do shit that they don't want to do. No, if you love that shit, then do it. And we are going to support that. We're going to get the word out. You know what I mean? If we got to clean up any Mexicans, let us know. You know what I'm talking about? We come and squabble the fades and shit like that. If we got to run down on the motherfucking Crips, you know what I'm talking about? If I got to give Crip Mac a 2-piece, you know what I mean? let me, I'll call for the fade. You know what I'm saying? We'll square it up. Whatever we got to do, we'll do it. So shout out to LA. Shout out to South Phoenix up in this bitch. Shout out to Tennessee. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Canada. You feel me? Shout out to Bridgeport, Connecticut. We see you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, happy birthday to Pink Pill. She shares a birthday with Beyonce. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, I don't even need to say anything more. We got to treat her right. She shares a birthday with Beyonce. I'm literally Matthew Knowles right now. I'm on my Matthew Knowles shit. I didn't want to exploit my child when she was single digits, so I kept her off of the internet. But now she's turning 10. It's time for exploitation. I'm on my Matthew Knowles. If there's anybody out there that works at Nickelodeon, now I'm just playing because I don't want to put my child into the motherfucking mouth of the beast. I don't want to hand her over. She's built, she's ready for Hollywood, but I don't want to hand her over to no fucking Holly Weird. I can't do that to her. So we got to build our own studios. We got to build our own locations. So, because I see some of y'all children, and some of y'all children are naturally born stars, but I would never encourage you to send them to Hollywood. You see the Quagmire? I don't even know if we should put them on YouTube right now, because that's even weird and shit. We need our own safe space. We need our own safe space so these children could shine their light and get there. Because I don't want to be doing the fucking Disney special 20 years from now, you know, the expose on how my child's life got messed up because they started too early type shit. There has to be a way where they could start early and be able to blossom and shine, because look at your child. These children are born ready for the camera. They got personalities. They're photogenic. They funny as hell. You feel me? They little old people, right? So I'm like, what do we do with this? You know what I mean? I've been encouraging my son's mother to put my 3-year-old on the internet. But then she's like, hell no. You know what I mean? She's kind of fearful of that. And I get it. I understand. But I'm like, he's only going to be 3 years old for 1 year, my nigga. Like, let's do something. You know what I'm talking about? He could pay the phone bill because he got it. He was born with it. I'm just the help at this point. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm just a nigga that buy groceries and pay bills. I'm not even him no more. The children took over, you know? Red versus Crip Mac on paper. I'll knock that nigga the rest of his teeth out. I really want to fight Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? I want to fight Charleston White. He's more in my weight grade. You know what I mean? Is that nigga like a welterweight? He's like a featherweight or something. I would have to. I'm not that big myself, but I would have to go down to his weight. I have to starve myself for a few weeks and shit, and go down to like 140. If I was at 140, I don't even know how I'd be able to get up and walk. You know what I mean? I don't even know how my legs will work. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? I think celebrity conscious boxing is the next wave. I really believe in that. We was Conscious Fight Club will solve a lot of issues. I would step up my public attacks on niggas. Now I could say names. I would ramp up my public attack on niggas if they was to bring the Conscious Fighting League, because it's like, if you say niggas names right now, you literally got to get on some drill rapper shit, because people is just going to start mudslinging. It's going to get all pretentious. You know, we don't have a solution. We could call people out and do things, but niggas want to fight. You know what I mean? Or they just want to they want to curse you out and you know what I mean? They want to meet you X the gods. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna, you know, we don't want to be super belligerent in the public. You know what I mean? We don't want to turn consciousness into drill rap. So if they bring slap boxing, or maybe the shit that they do at the UFC, the smacks and whatnot, we bring that to the community. I'm saying names. I was waiting for battle rap because we were supposed to have the battle rap. Then I was gonna start calling niggas out because a lot of these niggas can't rap. You know what I mean? So I was gonna get on some Loaded Lux type shit and start dissing niggas, but we need conflict resolution. So if they create a Conscious Fight Club, yeah, I'm gonna start dissing niggas. I'll be like, yo, you took Delvin Blair's flow. I want to fight. You know what I mean? Yo, you running with Bobby Swag, nigga. I want to fight. You know what I mean, nigga? You shitted on Bobby. You got to get these hands and whatnot. I want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you niggas is you not Dr. Sabi's son. He didn't like you. I want to fight this nigga. Shit like that. I'm gonna start trouble. I'm gonna start trouble. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only gonna start trouble if there's a solution attached to it. I'm not gonna start trouble and just have niggas in their feelings and whatnot. They start fucking, you know, giving me threats and everything, because I take threats seriously. I take threats seriously. I think we could have a nice fight. You know what I mean? We can have a night and hug afterwards. I don't hold no grudges. You feel me? I might even fight Blue. We might set up a red pill versus blue pill fight. I might fight KT. You know what I'm saying? In like some wrestling shit. I don't want to box KT. I might do like how Elon Musk and Zuckerberg, you know what I mean? We might UFC it out. KT might fuck me up though. You know what I'm talking about? KT is on all kind of herbs and shit. He might knock me out. He might fold me up in the first round. Baby, I don't want to fight KT and I don't want to fight Blue. It ain't like I got problems with them. I love my brothers. It's just for the ticket. You know what I mean? It's to bring people to the yard and whatnot. I want to fight. Who do I want to fight? I don't have nobody specifically that I want to fight, but I will accept a few fights from these niggas. You know what I mean? We could get our bread up. We could make it an event. We could make it an event. I don't have nobody specifically though. You feel me? Matter of fact, me, Blue, and KT is a tag team. I'm not fighting my brothers. We're gonna fight these niggas. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna team up and start fighting niggas. You know, Red versus Umar. Who we gonna fight over? Sukiyama? You know what I'm talking about? We gonna fight over Sukiyama? Nah, I don't think so. You know, Jay Morris, I would pay for that. Send all the scammers in the ring, my niggas. I want to see Tony the Closer fight some niggas. I want to see Polite fight. That's a good fight right there. That's a good fight right there. Yeah, KT, Afro Thunder. I want to see the Moors fight everybody. That's Moors versus the NBCs. You know what I mean? Bring out Kimbo Slice son and fight the Moors. I want to see the Moors fight. I be following. Seti's on my line. I would get Seti to fight. I would get Seti to fight with me though. I don't know if I'm gonna fight Seti. I would bring Seti out on some tag team shit. You know what I'm talking about? Red versus Umar would be funny. Yeah, until he start fighting dirty. Until he start fighting dirty. I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1". I couldn't fight Sinetta. He's gonna fight dirty too. You know what I mean? I wouldn't fight Sinetta. Sinetta's on his Adrian Broner shit. He wouldn't even admit if you beat him. You know what I mean? So I don't even want to fight with Sinetta. Sinetta needs to go fight Young Pharaoh. You know what I mean? And Bagua, whatever that shit was that he was training, whatever, he needs to fight him. That would be a good one. Get your name back. I want to see Sinetta and Hassan Campbell in the ring, in the octagon. That's like the grudge match. They got to be in a cage. You feel me? Killer match. I want to see them killer match. Polite and Pharaoh versus Seti and Pharaoh. Yeah, that maybe back in the days. I don't know if that'll ever happen again. I don't know if that'll happen again. You said brain versus brain instead. Who really knows some shit? That was debates. That was debate. Somebody says I never walk with a straight razor in his sock. Yeah, Sarnetta is gonna put something in your water. He gonna rub some shit on the glove. Like he an old Harlem nigga. They fight dirty. I want to see Michi X versus not Tyreek. Rubber Rich versus 19 Keys. Polite versus Nature Boy. Nigga, if Nature Boy get bail and whatnot, and he come out the pokey Mad Diesel, he gonna fold that nigga Polite up. Polite and Charleston White versus Red and the Blue. That shit, right? That's the battle of the welterweights. That would sell mad tickets, bro. Are you serious? That would sell mad tickets. Somebody make the Mid-Journey artwork of all of these verses. Let's make some Mid-Journey fight posters and see what the fuck we could do in this community. Because yeah, niggas need. It's at that point. Niggas need to fight. Yes, Michi X versus Yvette Carnell. Yeah, she gonna knock her out. Who's gonna win on that one? You know what I'm talking about? What are the odds in Vegas on this one right here? Because I think Yvette played dirty too. I think she's gonna have something on her glove. You know what I'm talking about? Panic versus Billy Carter. Umar versus Dr. B. Nah, they had two different weight class. You picked the stutter. This shit right here. You talk about a headliner. You talk about Canelo versus fucking Crawford right here. This is going to sell. I want to see Michi X and Tony the Closer, right? Versus somebody from EYL. Two people from EYL. Tony the Closer and Michi X on some tag team shit. Look, I was there for that. That really almost happened. I was there in Brooklyn. That almost happened right there. That was ugly. I was there for that. That shit almost popped off. So yeah, the debates, that was the battle of the minds. That shit didn't really go nowhere. We need battle rap and we need motherfucking UFC now. You feel me? Because you're gonna talk crazy to a person in the comment section. And if somebody a whole thing, I think that Phil Valentine versus Uncle Hank. No, Professor Griff and Black Dot is more of a tag team. You feel me? Professor Griff coming, he started fighting Nick Cannon. You feel me? Professor Griff versus Nick Cannon. And he tags Black Dot against Cornel West. I think that would be fire. You feel me? Because Professor Griff and Black Dot, they more like teammates. You feel me? The merch would sell stupid. I like that. The roast, the conscious roast. We got to bring that back. You know me, I don't take myself that serious because I can't. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking clown. You know what I mean? I don't take myself that serious. I could crack jokes on myself, but I literally want to hear somebody completely roast me right now. Like I would fucking pay to get on the stage and get roasted by a fun. It got to be a funny ass nigga like DC Young Fly or one of these niggas. I would pay for that, bro. I would pay for that. You feel me? The roast idea is the best idea out of all of these right now. This has the most potential. The wrestling shit and the slap boxing or just slapping niggas, that's cool. That's cool. That could happen, you know. But the roasting thing, you don't gotta. That's we ready for that. I want to see Aline versus Seti as a rematch. You know what I'm talking about? Blue and Red versus Crumb and Bro. Set that up. Set that up. You know what I'm talking about? Set that up. I need to fight somebody I never met. I never met Brother Sanchez because I'm biased. Like if I know niggas, if I smoked with you, and you know we chilled a few times, I'm not gonna really. I'm gonna take it easy on you. But if I don't know you, yeah, set that up. I could turn into a savage. You feel me? Yeah. and Hell in a Cage type shit. But I think the roasting session, that would be dope. That would be dope. Me versus Slim 500. Rashad Jamal, that's the grudge match I would pay to see. Let's get my nigga Rashad Jamal on bail him out, and get they fighting for lawyer money. These two. These niggas are fighting for lawyer fees. I would pay for that. I would pay for that. I would pay. Who you want to see more? Him versus Polite or him versus Rashad Jamal? I think they had more contingency. There was a lot of contingency for both of it. Crumb is my man. Yeah, he is savage. He is Scorpio. That's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. You know? And he working out too. I seen him. He been working out. He been getting his shit right. So that'll be a nice little, you know, nice little something. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with these Scorpios. They usually southpaws. You know, because the debate shit was WWF anyway. KT versus Fauci. Yeah, I want to see KT versus Inky. Yeah, set that up. I want to see KT versus Inky. That'll be a good one. You know what I'm talking about? You know it's a triple threat. It's gonna be me and my two brothers versus some three niggas. You feel me? Some three niggas. Tasha K versus Vicky Diller. Tasha K is playing unfair. She biting niggas. She gonna have to raise in the gloves. Yeah, she's pulling weaves out. She don't look like she on the up and up. So a lot of stuff has been going on in the news, y'all. There's a lot of shit going on in the news. Ever since our last show, which by the way, I just want to publicly thank everybody for your support. I got a lot of support on Cash App. Up until earlier today, the shit been going off ever since that show. I'm talking about nonstop, like literally nonstop, bling bling, coins dropping, and that's, you know, at the end of the day, it's honorable because people will definitely show you when they respect your diligence and, you know, and information. I also want to say that we're going to have a part 2, soft target part 2, on Monday. No, not Monday. Next Thursday. I'm sorry. Next Thursday. Because there's so much information going on, I'm not going to be able to put everything in my lecture, and I'm just going to give it time. I was going to do a part 2 today, but no, I'm not doing that. It's too soon. It's mad shit going down, and it's too soon. So I'm going to let it marinate a little bit. I'm going to let the stories marinate, because right after that show, 3 mass shootings already happened, right? 3 mass shootings already happened. They just stopped the dude yesterday from going somewhere. He tried to pull off a mass shooting and got arrested. He had mad blickies and whatnot. Then a Chinese dude did a mass shooting. He killed somebody. Then there was another one, right? It's a lot of shit going down. Donald Trump, right after the show, he made a video appealing to black people. Just like I was saying that he was, right? He just did a video. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up. He did a video going off on the new pandemic, and then he made his appeal to black people, like I knew he would, right? Like I knew he would. And once again, like I said that it would, the shit show has started. It's officially underway. The shit show is definitely underway. It has began. It's on and popping. You feel me? It is what it is. And people have to prepare themselves for this inevitable future that we have in front of us. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be doing a lot. They're going to be doing a lot to capture the attention of the people. They're going to be doing a lot of quote unquote maneuvering, because your attention is everything. Your attention is everything. And they're going to do anything for it. You feel me? They will do everything for that attention. Your attention is resources. Your attention is the new cash. Your attention you know, it's the new currency. So they want your attention by any means necessary. You feel me? Oh, you didn't know I had a channel? No problem. Here we are. Make sure y'all press the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And you know, tell a friend to tell a friend. I actually want to hit 100,000. I'm at 50,000 right now. So, you know, being that the subscribers are very important, I want to hit 100, and then we're going to move to 250 and then 500. I don't feel like that is asking for much, right? The Chinese dude shot his chemist. Right. That was a match. That was a very interesting story that I'm going to tap into. You try to get in my Patreon and it was bugging. Oh, word. Hit me on. Let me know what it was bugging and doing, so we could fix that. You feel me? Soft Targets was very insightful. Right. I would say that the biggest thing that we walked away from the Soft Targets movie, the lecture, the dissertation, is the aspect of the them deifying their shooters. Okay. I'm going to show you when we do part 2, right? Because I'm going to give it some time, but I'm going to show that they already stopped. There was a dude that tried to basically do a copycat shooting, right? And he had the shit on the gun, right? He had the thing on it. He had all of that thing on. He had the what do they call that? He had the designs. You feel me? He had the sigils, my bad. He had the sigils on the gun. So he was attempting to do another copycat killing. People got in their feelings when I was like, yo, Trump blew the dog whistle. People was in their feelings, the inscriptions, thank you. People got in their feelings and whatnot, thinking that I'm attacking their zaddy or their hero. And I'm like, I'm not attacking anybody. I'm giving y'all the truth. It is what it is. Like, this is not something that's, what do they call, unconfounded. It was what it was, you know? So, yeah, man, it's a lot of shit going on. People are following. They hear the dog whistle and they're following in the footsteps. Let's go and check out what Trump had to say so we could get a better understanding about how these people are doing their damnness to kind of like, you know, bring you into their shit show.
Very hard. The left-wing lunatics are trying very hard to bring back COVID lockdowns and mandates with all of their sudden fear-mongering about the new variants that are coming. Gee whiz, you know what else is coming? An election. They want to restart the COVID hysteria so they can justify more lockdowns, more censorship, more illegal drop boxes, more mail-in ballots, and trillions of dollars in payoffs to their political allies heading into the 2024 election. Does that sound familiar? These are bad people. These are sick people we're dealing with. But to every COVID tyrant who wants to take away our freedom, hear these words: we will not comply. So don't even think about it. We will not shut down our schools. We will not accept your lockdowns. We will not abide by your mask mandates. And we will not tolerate your vaccine mandates. They rigged the 2020 election, and now they're trying to do the same thing all over again by rigging the most important election in the history of our country, the 2024 election, even if it means trying to bring back COVID. But they will fail because we will not let it happen.
So a broke clock is right 2 times out of the day, right? What he's saying, in theory, what he's saying is not wrong, right? Let's just remember how this thing is played. What he's saying is not necessarily wrong. So he's a broke clock, and he's saying that the Democrats and all of them are trying to bring back the mandates. He's not wrong in that. However, this is how the political shit is played, right? The political thing is played. He's creating separation. Remember, he's using the word we. Nigga, you not French. How the fuck, what's we? Right? Where the fuck does we come in? If you can't see through the theater that's being played, that he becomes the diametrically opposed opposition to anything that the left is doing. He's far right, and what Fauci and all of them represent is far left. If you don't see that he was playing, that this shit is like this is like an episode of The Apprentice. If you can't see the apprenticeness in this, then I don't know what to tell you. This is all theater, right? This is all theater. This is mag-eye theater, my niggas. This is not real. He doesn't necessarily oppose them, okay? He's in bed with them, but he's playing one against the other. He's setting up, thank you, the Civil War. He's setting up, he's planning, he's sowing the seeds for the Civil War. He's sowing the seeds that you have to pick a side. He's sowing the seeds that I'm there for you and these people are not. That's what our people are running with wholesale. Black people in particular, melanated people, niggas for Trump. What are they doing? They're utilizing weak ass talk points as a result, as a reason for them to play this game and to be monkeys in the middle, right? They want to become the battery. They want to become the charge. They want to become the reason why. They want to be, once again, the center of attention, right? Yes, definitely stay away from crowds this weekend. Keep your head on Swivelton. Keep your head on Swivelton, right? Keep your head on swivel. Pay attention to cars pulling up. Pay attention to, weird people, young niggas wearing hoodies in the summer, in the heat, right? Yeah, pay attention to that. They may try to pull something off in regards to a mass casualty event this weekend or this strong end, because they have to keep this indoctrination and the fear campaign going. You feel me? So definitely be very mindful of that. Okay, be very mindful of that. I kind of feel like these people are becoming wild desperate, right? Yes, two wings of the same bird, no difference. All of that we shit, right? All of that we shit, there's no we in this. We don't speak French. We're not from France, my nigga. It's y'all. Okay, so let's hear what else he had to say.
When I'm back in the White House, I will use every available authority to cut federal funding to any school, college, airline, or public transportation system that imposes a mask mandate or a vaccine mandate. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's not finished. He has some more shit going on.
Every young American deserves to know that they are the heirs to an incredible history given to us by a legion of true American heroes. Individuals like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Betsy Ross, Frederick Douglass, Abraham Lincoln, Harriet Tubman, Susan B. Anthony, Teddy Roosevelt, Generals George Patton, Douglas.
Yeah, falling for this shit.
And countless other legends, patriots, and giants of American history. Yet we're also a people whose heroes lived not only in the past, but all around us today, including the men and women of the United States military, our law enforcement, and our first responders, who are all willing to lay down their lives so that we can have safety, peace, freedom, and life. The stories of our great American heroes remind us what our country is all about and how each one is capable of achieving this great, great thing that we all want to do. We want to have an incredible, successful life. We want to be also great patriots and strength for our nations. Our heroes inspire us to make America great again. We will give every young American the chance to know our remarkable heroes, to love this country, and to learn that the story of America unites us and makes us stronger and free. Thank you very much.
This nigga's so boring. My goodness.
Most people have no clue that in 20
I almost fell asleep. Yeah. I was about to fucking fall asleep with this boring ass. Like,
I would like to express my sympathy and warmest regards to the people of Hawaii,
hold on.
and specifically all
He's
of
back in
those
his
who have
bag.
been so gravely and irreparably hurt by the tragedy of the wildfires in Maui. Something that like sympathy and warmest regards to the people of Hawaii, and specifically all of those who have been so gravely and irreparably hurt by the tragedy of the wildfires in Maui, something the likes of which have seldom been seen anywhere at any time. The death caused by this catastrophic event will be far worse than ever expected now that houses and cars and other areas are being inspected. The sad thing is, it should never have happened. Our government was not prepared, and very importantly, the aftermath is going very poorly, with the governor of the island wanting to do nothing but blame it on global warming and other things that just happened to pop into his head. I asked about it today as he was getting into a car, perhaps coming home from the beach, where he has been spending a great deal of time. Crooked Joe Biden, the most president in the history of our country, with a laugh and a smile, said he had no comment on death and the tragedy. To say no comment is oftentimes fine, but to be smiling when you say it, especially against such a tragedy as this, is absolutely horrible.
And not to take over or take up for Sleepy Joe. This is the same nigga that was throwing paper towels in Puerto Rico. This is him. This is the same nigga that was shooting three-pointers with paper towel when people needed some motherfucking paper towel. He's the one who was at the golf course for the majority of his presidency, but he talking about Sleepy Joe at the beach. No, nigga, Sleepy Joe took a page out of your book. You was on vacation more days in your first year of presidency than I believe any other president on this planet. Y'all remember that? You know what I'm talking about? So not only is he horrible at reading the teleprompter, I thought this nigga was in TV or something, right? His campaign, the mentality of his campaign is this: the election started the day that he took the mugshot. So as a result of that, they're like, yo, we rolling that, because, you know, he made a lot of money off of, no, I'm not picking sides. Once again, I need y'all to walk with me. I'm not for no side. I've explained to y'all on many occasions, there is no side for me. Fuck it. It's two wings of a bird. I don't fuck with none of this shit. I'm just breaking the spell that he has on y'all, the people. Look, I'm on. I'm on the DNC payroll, y'all. I'm down with Lamar Hill and them niggas. Matter of fact, Charlemagne cut the check, nigga. You're about to see me pull up in a jet next week. But once again, they have him on the internet, right? They got him on the internet now on his Alex Jones shit every other fucking day, doing what he is known for doing. And that's for basically saying basic shit. You understand? Niggas get excited when he says basic shit because he don't say nothing that's gonna help you. He's never said anything that you haven't heard. You get excited because he says shit that Alex Jones says, or he says shit that Tucker Carlson says. You know what I mean? Yeah, he don't even look real. It look like a CGI. This shit don't even look real. It like deep fake. You know what I'm talking about? So don't get caught up in the fuckery. That's the moral of the story.
Horrible and unacceptable. It is a disgraceful thing that Joe Biden refuses to help or comment on the tragedy in Maui, just as he refused to help or comment on the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, for a very, very long time. In any event, hopefully everyone will be able to pull together so that a horrible situation does not get even worse. To the families affected, I give you my love and sympathy. Nothing can ever replace your loved ones, but you will always have the memories and will feel their great love surrounding and embracing you. Together, we will continue to carry their legacy forward, and I love you all very much. Thank you. Russia, with the help of China, is coming for us. And it's not a conventional method like war, nuclear, or chemical attacks, or even another one of those.
Do you think Epstein killed himself sincerely?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Y'all gotta be, you know what I mean? We gotta be more savvier than shit like this. We gotta be way more savvier than shit like this, y'all. Let's stop falling for the okie doke, man. I mean, we shouldn't even have to say it at this point. But yeah, they working, man. They working. This has been making a lot of noise. Once again, for my family out there who's calling themselves militias, right? That ain't the way to go. I've said it on many occasions. They've checkmated that militia talk. You know what I mean? Don't fall for it. You know what I mean? Don't go with that. We already broke down, you know, these are being seen as clowns. They can RICO you if you have certain things.
When I started college, so many people warned me about
right?
credit cards. They just
So,
seemed really scary.
These are now the fall guys for January 6th because they let a lot of the other people who look like them get away with it. Somebody had to pay for it, so they decided to use the Proud Boys as fall guys, right? They didn't go further up the ladder and whatnot. They used them as the top of the ladder, whereas Trump and his administration and people like Stephen Bannon supposed to have been in jail.
Convicted of seditious conspiracy. A jury finding Enrique Tarrio, the former leader of the Proud Boys, Ethan Nordine, Joseph Biggs, and Zachary Real guilty of seditious conspiracy and other charges, in a verdict affirming the prosecutor's central allegation that they conspired to stop the peaceful transfer of power on January 6th.
These are not blue bloods. These are not blue bloods. These are not the original Proud Boy. This is the Proud Help. You know what I'm saying? Did you hear those names? This is the Proud Help. It's not the Proud Boys. These are not blue bloods. You understand? These are not Trumpers. These are not the blue bloods, right? That's not them. Trump said he had $500 billion for us. What did he give to you bum ass niggas after he lost? Since you out here shaking cups and you twerking for Trump's money, right? Since you sound like you willing to be bought by a fucking failed businessman. What did he do for you after he lost? So he only had money for you if he won. For the niggas in Florida, has he taken anything, any consideration? He's still treating y'all like help in Florida. He won't even get you niggas to clean his pool in Florida. What has he done for you? Because if he had so much love for you, he would have cut the check even if he lost. But now that it's time to have black people twerk for him, right? He's out here throwing fake money in the crowd. You niggas get excited over Amazon money and whatnot. He's throwing fake money at you and you starting to get wet. You starting to twerk. Your bonus hole is getting charged up. No. Nobody has nothing for us. No one. Stop with the bullshit. Nobody has a fucking coin for you. Nobody has a penny for you. Nobody has nothing for you. When you think like that, then you will be able to move forward. Maybe the Africans have something for us if we know how to approach them correctly, because they have abundance, right? Maybe somebody in South America could provide land for us or resources. They might even hand us a mountain. Yo, that's your mountain. It's all kind of minerals in it. Have fun. A European could never do that, right? Because they can't give us something they don't own. Anything that they will ever give us is something that's stolen, right? I don't want nothing, and we can't even figure out if Europe is theirs. They can't give you anything because ye are rich. You already own shit. What you should be focusing on is what is the paperwork that I need to do to get my shit back. What you should be focusing on is what ancestor do I need to summon to get my shit back. What you should be focusing on is how do I kick these niggas off of the cliff like the movie 300. That's what you should be working on. Nothing about what he had for us. I don't want his money. I don't want a Trump check. I don't want Trump welfare. You gotta be out of your rabbit ass mind if 2023 you're still talking like that. I'm not feeling that. I'm taking that personal. We're not whores with a heavy W. We're not whores, right? They're whoring our people out. They're whoring you for reparations. They're whoring you for the Trump check. Ice Cube is whoring you niggas off of this. I got a platinum plan. Where is it? Because if these plans are contingent on winning a fucking office, winning, and niggas didn't love you in the first place. Me helping my people is not contingent on if I win something or not. Me helping my people is contingent on if they want help or not. We got to get off of this whole mentality, bro. Niggas is really starting to sound like bums, like we vassals, like we're homeless vagabonds or something. Nobody has nothing for us. You should not want anything that the devil has to offer. Nobody. I don't give a fuck who they are. Billionaire, trillionaire, millionaire. I was in rooms with many. I went to the Invest Fest. It was 6 billionaires in there. Near one of them said that they had anything for anybody. They wasn't offering nobody shit, bro, but some fucking advice that I could Google. They don't have nothing for us. Stop falling for that trap. Nobody owes you anything, and they surely are not sitting around thinking about how can I make this nigga's life easier, right? How can I enhance this nigga's bank account so he could go and sleep with my wife? Because that's what a lot of you niggas are trying to do to get a few dollars. You're trying to go after Becky and them, and you fucking up the bag. You're making Bill and Bob, Bill Murray and them niggas, they don't want to take care of you. They don't want to cut the check for reparations because y'all are going after Gwyneth and them. You know what I mean? Every 4 years, it's a lap dance. Every 4 years, you know what I mean? They start this fucking pimpery and whatnot. I'm done with it. I'm not giving no attention to that. I'm fire burning that shit. I'm stepping on it. I'm big stepping on it. I'm spitting on it. I'm shitting on it. I'm doing everything possible to break you out of that, maybe hope, that hopamine. That hopamine. I didn't even get a stimulus check. I don't even know what they look like. And I was still stimulated in 2020. I was still lit. I didn't get a PPP loan, nor did I get a stimulus check. And I was doing better than motherfuckers that got PPP loans and stimulus checks. How about that? Because I wasn't waiting on these people, bro. I wasn't waiting on these people. They're not giving up your proper. This nigga just said, Donald Trump, I just played a video where he gave you a list of American heroes. He was calling out names of people that assassinated our ancestors. Let me bring it back. The fuck? This is who you trust? This is who you trust? This is who got bars? You're saying he got bars?
Deserves to know that they are the heirs to an incredible history.
He said heirs to history. He didn't give you the proper heirs. The Moors helped to tell you who you were heir of.
Thomas, Jefferson, Betsy Ross.
Listen to this retard.
Abraham Lincoln, Harriet.
Look at his face.
Every young American deserves to know that they are the heirs to an incredible history given to us by a liege.
Do you know what that's supposed to follow? The heirs to an incredible history. Do you understand what should follow after that? Y'all not been in, you haven't been in class. Y'all are disrespecting both the master teachers and all of the years of work that we personally put in on Know the Ledge and Black Magic 363, Sinetta TV, and other places. If you were to hear a motherfucker say that you're heirs to the throne, you're heirs to a certain history, and then he names George Washington, nigga, this is what you twerking for? This is who's supposed to save you?
Of true American heroes, individuals like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Betsy Ross, Frederick Douglass.
He didn't even say it right.
Abraham Lincoln, Harriet Tubman, Susan B. Anthony, Teddy Roosevelt, Generals George Patton, Douglas MacArthur. We could use them now. And countless other legends, patriots, and giants of American history.
George Patton, General Patton, he's super racist.
MacArthur. We could use them now. Teddy Roosevelt, Generals George
Teddy Roosevelt, a piece of shit.
Susan B. Anthony, Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham
Susan B.
Lincoln,
Anthony.
Harriet Tubman, Douglas, Abraham Lincoln, Harriet Tubman.
Homie said that she don't even exist, right? What's your man name? Dan Calloway. I don't know what that's about, but what? Nigga, what? This who you, yo. We got to get up because niggas, the art of discernment is piss poor. The art of discernment, he named all agents and y'all twerking for that. What the fuck? What are we doing? Nigga, what? We got to topple all of them. Niggas is like trying to pick the best devil to ride. No, they all need to get toppled. They all need to get put to rest. They all Mitch McConnells. These niggas is old fucking farts who be standing there freezing on you. They all clone. They all look like robots. They all have dementia. They all are senile. And to be honest with you, if my great-grandfather was in office, I would tell that nigga, why don't you stay home today? These niggas is in their 80s, y'all. No disrespect to anybody watching this in their 80s and whatnot, but y'all chilling. Y'all, you know what I'm talking about? The most that y'all gonna exert yourself is on bingo day. Y'all not trying to run countries and shit. You're not trying to decide the fate for 14 and 15-year-olds. Niggas is too old. They don't even ask Joe Biden to set up a website. Come on now. Y'all need to get off of this stupid shit, bro. Shake it. Stop acting like this is your fuck. Oh, Trump, the money is better. No, the money is better when you wake up at 4 a.m. The money is better when you develop your brand. The money is better when you get a product. The money is better when you tighten up your service. The money is better when you do sex rituals for some bread, nigga. That's when the money is better. What the fuck you talking about? The money is better. No, nigga, the money is better when you say it is. You know what I'm talking about? That's when the money is better. Let's stop with the bullshit. Like one administration, you giving them that much power that these administrations you know, your refrigerator is contingent on an administration. That's bum ass talk, nigga. That's broke talk. You feel me? That's not cloth talk, nigga. That's broth talk. You know what I'm talking about? That's not cloth, nigga. That's broth. That's not real. None of these motherfuckers have anything. And to be honest with you, if you really want to keep it 1,000 and whatnot, the real money is not even in America anymore. I mean, you know, get real sexy with it. I want to see some of you niggas go live from Africa. Go live at the BRIC Summit. Go live from India. Impress me. Because other than that, I'm not impressed. Because the real money is not in America right now, especially around Michael Rubin and them niggas. We already see how that works out. They're gonna want you to twerk for them. The white billionaires, they want booty. You know what I'm talking about? They want to clap cheeks of men and women. So I'm not even involving myself in no American billionaires. Like I said, I went to the Invest Fest. Shout out to the Invest Fest. The Invest Fest was a good event for me. I can't speak for nobody else. I saw the controversy and whatnot. To be honest with you, one, I was sponsored. The universe sponsored me, right? So it wasn't like I had to dig in my pockets to even be in the building, because nigga, I'm the wealth. I'm the investment. That's my mentality. It's all mentality first. It's how when you wake up in the morning, how do you see yourself? I'm the bag. So what the fuck I look like paying somebody to be in a place where I'm the bag? No. But if I had to pay $300, they was gonna get that. You know what I mean? Because $300 compared to the amount of networking that I'm about to do, $300 to get me next to billionaires and millionaires and thousandaires, it's worth the ticket. I'm not gonna cheat myself. I'm gonna treat myself. However, the universe funded my adventures and whatnot. So I'm in the building, right? And I was around billionaires, and nobody wasn't, you know, they was asking questions, but they didn't come there to take care of anybody. In my mind, I was like, why don't Tyler Perry just come to the Invest Fest and say to all of these wealthy, young, melanated people in the audience, I'm looking for 20,000 investors because I want to build a new studio. Fuck BET. Niggas would have went bonkers. Oh, you saw the video where they had dudes pouring out bottles of liquor at the club right here in Texas, where I'm at. These niggas was in Houston pouring out bottles, having what they call a bottle war. And you already know the fallacies in what we said these bottle wars represent, right? Sneaking up on me. I'm gonna say hi.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right, my daughter want to say hi. Not yet. Hold on. There you go. Say hi.
Hi.
Say what up.
What up?
Yes, yes. All right. So yeah, what time that place close?
9.
Oh, you good. All right.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let me go. Let me go. What you want for your birthday?
I don't know.
Yeah, you not prepared. You're supposed to be ready with the boop. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, this is not TikTok. You ain't finna be doing no videos.
Bye, 492 people.
They said happy birthday. Look. They said yes. Pink pill.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Listen, can you go?
Okay. Bye, fans.
And hold on, real quick.
What does he?
She has a skincare line coming out. You see this face? She did her daddy's skin yesterday. Did a skincare routine. My shit is looking a little glowy and whatnot, but her mama taught her all about skin and moisturizing and all of that. So I'm taking her to Ulta in Sephora.
Yes.
I'm taking her to Alternate and Sophia. She's going to be what do they call it? Esthetician? What is it? She's gonna be it's gonna be healthy, of course, but she's gonna be doing skincare routines for the youth and for older. Yeah. I'm next festival we're gonna debut her line. All right, go ahead. They said bye. They said bye. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah. So that's her entrepreneur dreams and whatnot, and I'm there for it. You know what I'm talking about? Can you close the door, Bella? Thank you. I'm there for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for that. You know, it's skin, so skin is good. I'm there for that. You know, but let me take you to this. So boom, check this out.
Biggs and Zachary Real guilty of seditious conspiracy and other charges, in a verdict affirming the prosecutor's central allegation that they conspired to stop the peaceful transfer of power on January 6th by attacking the Capitol. In a trial that stretched 4 months, prosecutors highlighted Donald Trump's earlier pandering to the Proud Boys.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
Along with video and messages like this one. It's time for effing war if they steal this S. Making the case that Trump's election lies,
It was a rigged election.
inspired the Proud Boys to help gin up a revolution against the incoming Biden presidency.
So we just stormed the Capitol.
Defense attorneys argued their clients were merely scapegoats, and it was Trump who incited the riot.
We fight like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
The Proud Boys coming in.
But prosecutors said the Proud Boys were at the front lines of the mob, riling up the crowd as the first barriers were breached. Today's verdict marks the third time prosecutors have notched convictions for seditious conspiracy in their historic prosecutions in the aftermath of January 6th. But the jury finding a fifth Proud Boy, Dominic Pizzola, not guilty of seditious conspiracy. He was not accused of holding a leadership role within the far-right group. He did, according to prosecutors, steal a police riot shield, using it to break a window that rioters...
So yeah, they used them as scapegoats. Not to say that they was not in the middle of everything, but there's so many Europeans that they could have been given 16 years to and RICO and all of that. Nah, they choose them as the scapegoats because, of course, as you see in their ranks, it's basically Latinos and there's some melanated people in there too. These are not blue-blooded Europeans. They didn't get a neo. So if they could bring up on charges, where's the neo-Nazi RICO? Where's the Proud Boys RICO? Right? Where's all of these other groups that were in Charlottesville? Where the RICOs at? But they're giving the rappers RICO. Not to say that they don't deserve it, but all of them deserve it if that's the case. Put everybody behind the wall and let them all sort it out and whatnot. You feel me? But before my daughter had came in here, I was talking about the EYL event, Earn Your Leisure, and a lot of people had something to say about that event. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for everyone. First of all, that's something, you know what I mean? And, you know, if you're not into finances and whatnot, this ain't for, it's not for you. It definitely, that's not your venue. What they're charging people, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. You know, that's on them. Am I in Texas? I'm in Houston. I'm in Houston for a minute. You know, that is on them. If people have the money, because people is out here counting people's money, $300 might be $30 to an entrepreneur. You feel me? And $300 for 2 days, because remember, it was a 3-day event. Nobody brings us up, right? The first day was free. It was a 3-day event, started on Friday, ended on Sunday. The first day was free to the public. And at the Invest Fest, it was 2 things taking place. It was the vendors marketplace, which was like a fucking acre. It was huge. And then the second day, the second event that was going on was speakers, like, workshops and people talking and whatnot. I wasn't really interested in hearing people talk. I was interested in meeting both my competition and just meeting these beautiful, wonderful Black businesses that never hurt nobody. I wanted to see what the market was looking like. And I walked away very pleased with the state of affairs in Black business because they had their presentations together. Products was up to par, the shit that I see in Target and Walmart. They was on time, right? They had their shit together. Their everything from the packaging and everything, all of that was together. You know what I'm saying? I've been to We Buy Black conventions. Shout out to We Buy Black. They was on a roll and then they stopped. I've been to Black Expo. I've been to I've been to some tech conferences. I've been to a lot of stuff. You feel me? I've been the people that's hating on that event definitely was the people that wasn't there. Now, if you pay mad money and you can't afford it, that's just another lesson. Stop spending your fucking last to be amongst people who are outside of your tax bracket, because that's really a reality that people is in different tax brackets. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to level up and get into somebody's tax bracket, then you gotta step your shit up. You know what I'm talking about? Because everything is not for everybody. You got, some niggas sell drugs. Some niggas sell, some niggas work to make white people rich. Some women sell hair and makeup and, products and health products and, all of these different niches and all of these different markets. The Invest Fest was for all of that. It was for all of that. If you sell drugs, it was for you. If you sell flesh, it was for you. If you sell hope, it was for you. If you sell life, it was for you. Even if you sell death, you probably could have found somebody that could enhance your death selling, right? Even though I don't agree with it, but hey, it is what it is. So the first day was free. That killed anybody's argument right out the gate. It was free the whole day. There weren't no strings attached. So what did I do? I went on the first day that was free 99, and I was able to secure another 2 days because my face card is good. And you didn't need a face card. You could have just went the first day. You could have offered your services at one of those 1,000. There was about 1,000 vendors in there. You could have walked up to a vendor and say, yo, I want to offer my services. One of the things that our people don't do, right? We're not volunteers. I want to volunteer my service to help you in your booth if you give me a free ticket. And people would have bought you a free ticket. Because one thing that our people need is each other's help. Don't hate me because I got something going on. Help me. Don't try to bring me down and destroy my business because I may be competition and whatnot. Why don't you invest in me so when I rise up, you could become benefactors? You could become a benefactor of my rise and whatnot. I might, my train might have left the station. It might be too late to sabotage me. Why don't you just become an investor and I will offer you equity? So when you hate on me, I could still win, because remember, publicity is publicity. You know what I mean? I know people who hated on businesses that they had stocks in. Don't let that shit go over your head because they understand how the market works. If I talk about this person crazy, it's going to bring people to that person and they're going to purchase, they're going to support that person. And I've seen it happen. Yeah, rest in peace, Dolph. Rest in peace, Nipsey, and rest in peace, Dolph. The best thing that hip hop had going for it in terms of financial advice. I'm not going to take advice from Young Jeezy. No disrespect. I don't want his financial advice. He hasn't necessarily shown and proved. I want to hear Nas's financial advice, Chamillionaire's financial advice, MC Hammer. Well, not MC Hammer, too tough. I would take Nas, Chamillionaire, because they real big in tech right now, and they got quiet millions. They don't even put it on Front Street. I think Nas might be close to a billionaire just based off of his investments. But the two rappers to me who gave the best advice in terms of investment and mentality was Dolph, and hands down, Nipsey was the best. Nipsey was talking about Bitcoin when you niggas could have afforded it. Nipsey was talking about blockchain. Nipsey was talking about Bitcoin when people in the hood actually could have afforded it. Yeah, I'll take Nipsey's. I'll take 50 Cent's financial advice. Definitely Nas's financial advice. He's one of the best. He might be better than Jay-Z in terms of what he invests in and his returns. Yeah, he got the Hennessy deal and whatnot, but he's heavy on the tech shit, and he's mad quiet. And I was hating on him because I was like, you don't put that shit in your music, you hiding something. But I saw an interview where he kind of broke down why he don't put it in his music, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, to you know, rightfully so, whatever. To each his own, right? Nip was on that crypto shit. Nip could have made Black America. He did help make somebody millionaires. Because I know somebody listened. I know somebody listened, right? When is the 50 Cent thing in Houston? He has the festival for entrepreneurs. Look, Rick Ross got an entrepreneur thing. 50 Cent got an entrepreneur. These are drug dealers and rappers, and they're bringing people around because I seen videos where they was, because you know, they was doing the swag surf at the lunch break at the EYL thing. You know, they was doing all the typical nigga shit that they do at football games and at nigga events. They was doing to your left, to the right, now slide. They was doing nigga shit. You know what I mean? But who am I to judge? You know, I'm just a little more, you know, I'm a little more mature than the average nigga and whatnot. But, you know, niggas do as, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? I had that critique, but I think that it was more positive. The sound was horrible, right? They had a humongous room, and the room was so big that the sound was bouncing off of the walls. At the end of the day, and the security was white. Those are my biggest pet peeves. They didn't have women with guns, because I'm advocating for PMCs, private military contractors, and I'm working with a group in Atlanta, and I help them. You know, I want to help them to transfer and to be in a PMC so they could take militia off of their name so they don't get a RICO. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z made it cool to be business in the game. I think him and Dame, you can't exclude Dame Dash. You feel me? Yeah, Money Man is stepping up to where Nipsey left off. I believe Money Man is filling up that slot. He might not be as influential as Nipsey when it's all said and done, but he's definitely stepping into that slot. You know what I mean? He's definitely stepping into that slot. But it is what it is. Like, everything is up for critique. Nobody is beyond critique. But like I said, it was more positives than negatives. I would have had a melanated, because I don't want to walk around seeing white men with guns. That shit had me like, wait, what are we doing? What the fuck is this about? Why are we not spending money with melanated security firms? These was like Billy Bob crackers too. These was like backwood white boys. You know what I mean? Like, you could look at them and tell they wasn't with our program. So why are they in here with guns? That's what, that was my biggest pet peeve. And, and the sound was horrible. So my whole thing is this. Fuck the video. You can have bad video and great sound, but you can't have great video and bad sound, because I got to feel you. You understand? I gotta be able to feel you. And if I can't hear you, I can't feel you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a big ass venue looking at I'm watching 19 Keys on the stage, and I saw the Diddy shit, right? And Diddy did not look like his normal self. He's going through so much. You know what I mean? This nigga looked really washed up. But anyway. The sound. I was fucking heated because I could not connect with anybody on the stage because I couldn't hear them correctly. If I could hear you, I could feel you. But if I can't hear you, then I'm gonna look at you and assume, what is he saying? What the fuck did he? But I'm not feeling niggas. So I heard them, but I wasn't feeling them. That was the bad part. If I can't hear you, I can't feel you. You know what I'm saying? If I can't hear you, I can't feel you. So they had another room called the Fidelity Room with a smaller stage. And when I went into that room, it was small because I was in my mind, I was like, yo, if they book me for that room, I'm gonna feel offended because I want the big stage. When I say that, I've never seen a room this big with a stage on it. Just keep it a buck. The shit was like the Fresh Fest. The shit was, when I say humongous, you could literally get lost in that room for a day and be like, oh shit, I was lost. You could have get lost. The room was so big, you could have came in there with a dirt bike and exhausted your gas running from one side to the other one. This shit was humongous. And the stage was a stage made for a fucking superstar. But the goddamn audio sucked. When I say the shit sucked, I'm talking about it was bouncing off the wall. It was horrible. But then the other room with the smaller stage, the sound was elite. So be careful what you ask for. That's the moral of the story. Sometimes we want the big stage, but you might not be ready for the big stage, or this big stage might not be ready for you. Take whatever fucking stage that I don't care if you stand on a soapbox, take the stage that works for you and work that stage. That's the key. So shout out to everybody that was working the stage. And like I say, I hear all of the contention against the Invest Fest. However, like I say, I don't have no skin in that game because I was sponsored at that Invest. I paid. The only thing I had to pay was attention. And the network, I did $1 billion worth of networking. I bodied that shit, bro. Y'all niggas would have been proud of me. When I say I bodied the network, when I pulled up in that suit, when I had my suit on, because I came the day before, and I understood the assignment. I'm a brand. I'm a walking brand. I understood the assignment, so I put on the old reliable tan suit, and I crushed that shit, bro. I'm still getting calls to this day. I bodied that shit. You know what I mean? So I can't speak on what it's certain people that I don't like in that community, but that has nothing to do. I'm not gonna get on the internet and talk about it. That don't got nothing to do with anything. I just don't like. I could see the point, Dexter, and some of the financial niggas. I could tell, oh, you just came outside. You never got no box when you was young. You know what I mean? You wasn't popular until the Instagram. I could look at niggas and tell that. But that's nothing to say that you don't deserve to be successful, or you don't deserve. You know, I see meek niggas making millions, and I see Meek with the billionaires. I see meek niggas becoming, I said it in a rhyme. I see meek niggas becoming millionaires, and I see Meek with the billionaires doing bunny hops. So shit is changing. The game is strange. You know what I mean? You know, nobody is really, you know what I mean, who they say they are. But at the end of the day, I don't need you to be, I need you to be who your character is when you on that stage. I don't take niggas serious to begin with. I don't, because I'm not invested like that. I don't need certain people to be certain things in order for me to be who I need to be, if you understand what I'm saying. Certain people are so contingent on everybody being who the fuck they say that they are, that they will make that if that person is not that it will sabotage another person's happiness. That just means that you was dick riding. Pardon my French. I don't mean to be so vulgar on a while the sun is out. But you wasn't believing in yourself. I never believe in another person that much. From where? You can't pay me enough to believe in a nigga like that. You know what I mean? I know what to do with the information. I know what to do with whatever skeleton keys or cheat codes that you are throwing out there. I know what to do with it. And 9 times out of the 10, it doesn't require for you to be there for me to do it. So you could be super phony, you know what I mean? You could be on Tony the Closer's hit list and whatnot. You could be fugazi as fuck. As long as you have a nugget that I could polish off and use as a piece of gold, and you're not just giving out fool's gold. Now, if you're an outright scammer and you just selling dreams and whatnot, yeah, guillotine, nigga, off with your head. You know what I mean? Because you wasted my time. So, it's guillotine time. You know what I mean? We're going to behead you in public. But if you giving up information and it's applicable, but you putting on like you mad cool, but you a corny ass nigga on the side, I'm not trying to sleep with you. I'm not trying to induct you into my Hall of Fame. I'm not trying to get on your team, and I ain't trying to put you on my team. So why should I care? Why should I care? It doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to watch that interview with Rashad was with Misha X. Mishi X. I want to see the interview. I'm not invested in people like that. I don't care. Life is a fucking stage. This is all a movie. Nobody is who they say they are in the first place. Do you know that the CIA, right? They have a written rule, right? When they're watching people, when they are investigating people, when they're infiltrating organizations, they know that everybody has a public face, a private face, and a secret face. A public self, a private self, and a secret self. Public self. Hey guys, I'm Philip Moreland, aka Red Pill. Oh, I'm lit, nigga. I'm turned up. Private self. I'm scared to go out my room. This ain't really true or nothing, but this is what your private self is. It's the part of you that only you know behind closed doors. Maybe your whiz might know it. Oh, this nigga cries when he watches Netflix. He's really a teddy bear. I know that he's all tough in it. You know how women be married to these big black niggas? And then they be like, don't believe the hype. Behind closed door, you know what I'm saying? He's a teddy bear. He's not even really like that, right? So you be like, oh, that was a facade, right? Not in a bad way. It's just that this is who you put on to be in the public. But then your secret self is a part of you that only you know. And maybe your wife. But there's such a secret self that even if she finds out, that she could wind up being in trouble. Henceforth, while there was a man who just killed his wife when she found out that he was a pillow biter, aka he was LBGT. She found out his secret and he killed her, right? She found out his secret and he killed her. Tiffany, I'm sorry, I did not even see your booth. My bad. I did make sure I did rounds on both days. I try to cover every booth, but I seen one of my peoples with his artwork. He was showing P. Diddy some of his artwork, or Steve Harvey, one of them. And they didn't buy the artwork, by the way. They just looked at it. These are billionaires and millionaires. You would have thought that they would have cut that nigga a check, but they didn't. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even see him in the building. He was there. So case in point, there was people there that I didn't see. So you were one of them. However, if you have a product or a service that you want to promote on this channel, then my email, I'm going to leave you my email. For the month of September, we have 3 slots left for promo, and you could be one of those slots. And with that being said, while we're all in the building, let's go ahead and get a word from our sponsors. All right. Shout out to all of my family on the West Coast. This is a new restaurant that opened on the West Coast, and I need everybody to support them. Okay. I need everybody to support them. 15136 Stagg Street, Van Nuys, California, 91405. And the website is truehealthlove.com. All of my LA, West Coast, Cali family, go to this website and please shop with these people. All right. Support them. Vegan, all vegan. I know it looked like it's not vegan, but all of this is vegan. truehealthlove.com. truehealthlove.com. The food is excellent. It's all plant. It's vital. It's alive. It's plant-based. Shout out to Chef Aki. Shout out to the family on the West Coast. Please go and support them and tell them that Red Pill sent you. They're waiting for you. All right. And let's go to this commercial we have here for the upcoming lecture called DMT, Dark Matter Timing 23.
Filthy Walkwood.
In my segment of Dark Matter Timing, I'm going to be dealing with the dangers of AI. I'm going to be dealing with the 4 horsemen. I'm going to be dealing with the dark tetrad. I'm going to be dealing with certain, because it's Dark Matter Timing, so it's time to go dark with it. It's time to go occult with it. And my segment will be on technology, because I'm Mr. Technology Guy. So I'm going to be scaring you niggas with the information that I've gathered. This next commercial, another word of our sponsor, is from the team at 40 AI and a Mule. Please come and get this master course. It's available on ktluniversity.com. Anybody that's in the world of technology, as you can see and as you can tell, AI has stepped up over the past few months and it's becoming a requirement, right? It's not a hobby anymore. It's becoming a requirement if you want to keep up in the world of business, financing, and creativity. Let's check out the commercial. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right.
Filthy Walkwood.
Thanks to innovations from highly evolved superintelligences, it's now possible to create humanoid robots that can turn.
Yeah, think of what you want and translate that into an API call, a set of code, said McNamara.
With intelligence, conscious robot probes comprised of self-replicating nanobots are being sent to dozens of other galaxies through wormholes. Planets and moons are being converted to smart materials comprised of neural networks. We even discovered a fallen alien civilization that is believed seconds, and is effortlessly creating blueprints for inventions that would have taken humans 100 years to conceptualize. The the technological singularity has officially begun crimes many weeks before they occur. That's because they're able to analyze the thoughts patterns and biological signals of billions of people. High-end
phrases, so let's see what it comes up with. I like this one, proud to be nerding out, owning the fact that we're nerds when it comes to this stuff. All right, so I think we've got a few good phrases here, training my neural networks, brewing ideas with AI, keep calm and let the AI handle it, machine learning, copy in, code out, artificial intelligence, natural creativity, and proud to be nerding out. I'm gonna go ahead and copy all of these, feed this back into ChatGPT.
Technology into their operations. Developing AI-powered products such as chatbots. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That there is 40 AI in a mule. 40 AIs in the mule. And I promise you, there's a lot of shit going on in the world of artificial intelligence that you may not know about, but I need you to know about this. I need you to be on top of it. I need you to win in this place, y'all. I need you to win in this field of artificial intelligence, because you can't run from it. You can't deny it. You can't necessarily dismiss it. You know what I mean? You would fare better if your children learned about it and they were able to become certified, because there's a big future going on. You know what I mean? The 44 ways to make AI. I believe that is that on my Patreon or something? I did that video a while ago, but it should be available. I'm going to be doing a masterclass, a free masterclass, maybe next week. So that'll be coming up. But I'm doing a 4-week Patreon for the month of September. I'm doing a 4-week Patreon class on AI. All right, it's called a fantasy complex industry. How to use AI to create your own fantasy complex industry. So that's in 4 weeks. That's not in 4 weeks. That's starting this month, right? And we're going to be doing it on Sundays to replace Solid Gold Sundays. I'll be doing mines on Sundays. Shout out to our good brother Chicago Block Bully. Shout out to Ra Aku. All right. Before we end, I'm going to have a commercial for the Patreon from Ra Aku. But yeah, real quick, some more information. You feel me? The Africa situation is becoming more intense, right? By the day. Now we have another coup in Africa, another coup d'etat. Gabon. All right. So here is Gabon. The military overthrew the Gabon. This is a presidency that's been going on. Ali Bongo, right? Ali Bongo, he been rocking for 14 years. And they got his ass. And he's pleading for help. Listen to him.
And another military coup in Africa, this time in Gabon. President Ali Bongo Ondimba, whose family has had a hold on power for more than half a century, is under house arrest. Military officers announced the takeover on national television after election officials declared the president had won a third term in a disputed election. The coup leaders say all government institutions have been dissolved. In Gabon's capital, some celebrated, but elsewhere there was condemnation. Soldiers were seen hoisting up the Kip president. However, the leader of the coup says he has not yet declared himself the new head of state. David McKenzie is following the story from Johannesburg and joins us now live. Good to have you on the story. So, David, how did this coup take place? How did it unfold? And is anyone heeding the president's call for help?
At this stage, there are talks of trying to support the president and condemning the coup, but this cascade of coups that has happened in West and now Central Africa is truly significant, and it was a dramatic day in Gabon.
Ondimba, president of Gabon, and I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world to tell them to make noise.
It's an extraordinary appeal in English.
In my family.
Just hours ago, Ali Bongo seemed untouchable. Now he's the house.
Ali Bongo scared.
30 août 2023.
Because of this, in this season of coups, a group of army officers making a now familiar announcement
have decided to defend the peace by putting an end to the current regime. The general elections of August 26, 2023, as well as truncated results, are cancelled.
On the streets of Libreville, celebrations, shouts of liberation from some, and a scene replayed over and over in recent months. The coup leaders say that the just concluded polls were not transparent and said Bongo's leadership threatened, quote, chaos. International until and the internet held. The colonist France a well-practiced response.
France condemns the military coup that is underway in Gabon, and France is closely monitoring the evolution of the situation on the ground and reiterates its desire to see the results of the election respected once it's known.
Gabon, the latest in a cascade of coups on the African continent. If solidified, it will be the 8th in Central and West Africa since just 2020. Most of them former French countries. Of them different tale of.
So this story features heavy into the Wagner story, the Russian story, the Wagner group story, the Burna Boy Afro Beats, Afro Fusion story, where he's talking about the Afro Beats is music that doesn't have a lot of substance. This is what Burna Boy said, who's arguably the biggest Afro Beats artist on the planet. I think he's bigger than Wizkid and all of the other names that you may mention. He's the top artist of Afro Beats. So what he's saying in so many words is that there's a revolution going on the continent, and we don't even have music to go with it. So if you're an American, or if you're, let's say that you live in the Americas, you first generation African, you in the UK, first generation African, you in somewhere where you're not in Africa, right? I would highly suggest that you should make some Afrobeat revolution music if you got it in you. You know what I mean? If you in Africa, I would say do it too. I just think that it will pop faster if you are in the States and you have a little more access, then you could go back home and get it popping and whatnot. But a Public Enemy type of group, or, you know, a Dead Prez type of African Afro, I don't call it Afro Beats, I call it Afro Fusion, because Burna Boy makes Afro Fusion. He don't make Afro Beats. His album got RZA and the Jizza on it. His new album, Shit Fire. It got RZA and Jizza. It's a fusion album. He ain't just giving you Afro Beats. If he wanted to get on some political shit, he could shake the continent right now. They need more music, y'all. They getting busy and whatnot. They need music. They need a soundtrack. They need a face to go with, like how Bob Marley was the face of the revolution in the 70s in Africa. They need a new face, and it don't need to be a weird looking nigga either, but they need a new face. So there's a revolution. Africa is rising. Africa is rising. Africa is going through something. The motherland, for everybody talking about, you know, this is Red Summer type shit. The motherland is waking up. The motherland, Babylon is falling when the mama land wake up. This has more reverb than what niggas in America might be doing right now, waking up on the internet. This right here has bigger implications because, of course, the land, the people of the land is being freed and whatnot. So access to minerals and resources, access to land, access to mass shit is on the way and whatnot. Mama is waking up. The motherland is waking. They're not just waking up. They're kicking niggas out. That like they're doing military coups and whatnot. They're running them up out of there. Once they get them up off the land, once they get their resources back, once they link up. No, Fela is the father of substance Afrobeat music. Burna Boy, right, is taking Fela's steps. He's walking in Fela's shoes. He's walking in, if he were to pick up that mantle, he is already somewhat unstoppable, but he would truly be the giant of Africa if he was to tap into the Fela energy, because he would activate the warriors on the continent. And contrary to popular belief, yes, there are many warriors on the continent. They do exist. There's not all bootlicking, you know, apologists and quote unquote tethers and whatnot on the continent. That's not what the continent. They don't give the revolutionary niggas visas, so you don't even get to see them. They don't grant them visas. They're not in America. But when I was in America on 1/16th, they had a bunch of revolutionary Africans. Rest in peace to one of them, brother by the name of Bam and whatnot. There was a lot of them that were revolutionary, but they need the soundtrack. They need that drum. They need the soundtrack. They need somebody to remind them of who they were before the British came, for India and all of that. They need somebody to wake them the fuck up, because this shit is cooking, y'all. You're going to see a war break out. A big war is going to break out very soon because of the pieces on the chessboard that's moving and because of how important they are to the global scheme. Yes, Palomayombe. Just because of how important they are in the global affairs and whatnot, and they're not playing the game. Yeah, you got to go to the continent to meet them. They're not outside. They don't let them off the continent. The same way that sometimes you're going to have to come to America off the TV and off the internet to see, you know, real action, because everybody's not on the internet broadcasting all of their fucking moves and their news and everything. So, yeah, let's finish this video.
Of power plays and discontent. In Gabon, citizens have lived under a dynastic regime for more than 50 years. Omar Bongo ruled for more than 4 decades, much of that time spent in France, a critical ally. The elder Bongo, members of his family and confidants, were accused of eye-watering corruption, often linked to OPEC member Gabon's significant oil wealth. Ali Bongo took over from his father in 2009. He's been praised for conserving Gabon's vast forests and taking innovative steps to develop carbon credits to combat climate change. But he's faced growing discontent from many, with violence breaking out after disputed polls in 2016 and an attempted coup 3 years later. But these scenes have wider consequences. Many fear that Gabon is not the last domino to fall. The African Union and international actors have failed to effectively counter recent military takeovers, and Bongo's fate in house arrest remains tenuous.
So I'm calling you to make noise, make noise.
Make
noise, really.
Yeah.
What an extraordinary
image that is. The Bongos, the father and son, have ruled that country for more than 50 years, and there he is making that desperate appeal to the international community. But at this stage, these coups that have happened for different reasons in different countries there has been no real success in returning democracy to those countries. And in the case of Gabon, it's also an issue of democracy that is on paper on some level only. And that is also a factor that needs to be looked at in many of these countries that have faced these military takeovers. Linda?
All right, David McKenzie for us from Johannesburg. Thanks for that report.
Somebody said that the burner, look, nigga, you haven't heard Taliban? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Burna Boy Heaven. And by him saying that the Afro beats don't have substance, that's just that's him separating himself from his contemporaries. He like, them niggas sing about box. They sing about women and dance. I'm singing about real shit. I'm talking about that struggle. Like, I fucks with Burna Boy. I don't care what, you know, his English is bad. So sometimes he might say some shit that's controversial, but I rock with Burna Boy. That nigga, he gets my stamp. You know what I'm talking about? And somebody's gonna make something that's gonna rock the continent. I'm just saying it should be one of y'all. If you know what I mean, all of you first generation Africans that want to be American, you know, do some fusion, make some fly shit. You don't got to talk about Molly and Percocets and fucking Balenciaga. You could talk about something with substance. But yeah, so Africa's rising. Africa's waking up. Shout out to Africa. The Proud Boys and all of these groups that are out here to glorified help. Y'all running behind Trump. Y'all getting washed up. Y'all getting RICO charges. Trump has officially started his distraction campaign. He's trying to talk to young people and appeal to them. You know, he's doing what he could do. It's a shit show for everybody riding the bandwagons of these politicians. You are going to wake up one day and realize the error in your ways. You know what I mean? There's still multiple mass murderers going on right now. Trump blew the dog whistle, and these people are trying to become saints. The sainthood movement is real. The lone, that's why they call them lone wolf gunmen, right? These white nationalists. How many people have you seen become saints where it's a group of them? They act alone because they're going beyond recognition of their peers. They're going for sainthood. They want to be anointed as saints. So saints kill by themselves and whatnot. They don't need to be in a group anymore. If they put in work, there's a whole contingency of millions of people online, places like 4chan, 8chan, and everywhere else, even in Europe, they will saint that person. The only thing you got to do is basically write a manifesto, right? The manifesto is out, by the way, of the Jacksonville shooter. I got some pages out of it. And in those manifesto, the white boy said that he wanted to kill Eminem, right? Let me pull that up. He said he wanted to go after Eminem because Eminem was a nigga lover, right? That's what the what's his name? His last name was Palmetter. That's what Mr. Palmetter said, right? As once again, going back to what I was saying, right? It's all about them, right? It's all about them not being accepted, right? White fragility, not being accepted by who? By us. White fragility, right? So they listen to our music, they want our women, right? They watch our women through voyeurism, right? They watch our women through voyeurism, through other channels and whatnot. They want to be like us, right? They secretly want to be like us. So when they're not accepted by us, they start hating us, right? And the ones from their society that are accepted by us, they hate them, right? That's why they would persecute Europeans during the Inquisition and whatnot, who was cool with the Moors Oh no, they was hanging them niggas. They were killing them. They were torturing them. They were ousting them from their societies. The Salem witch trial, same thing. You know what I mean? These witches were rolling with our people, and they basically were taking them out and whatnot. It goes on and on and on. But yeah, he wanted to take out all of these Europeans that have been accepted by our people. You know? So yeah, there's a lot going on. But we'll, like I said, I'll cover all of this on part 2, which is coming up before our lecture. I'm gonna give a part 2. It's gonna be heavily detailed and whatnot. You know what I mean? I've been doing some research, and you know, I've been coming with a few more breakthroughs on this information. So it's coming. You know, it's coming. I also want to talk about the Moor. They executed a Moor, and I'll be dealing with that on part 2 of Soft Targets. This Moor was a famous Moor because he went viral, right? Yeah, went viral for basically stopping it. You know, the cops tried to stop him. He had a flag hanging out of his truck, right? And his video went viral, right? So he knew the law. He knew the law. He knew that he was standing on his square and whatnot. So I believe he was squatting. Yes. They basically had a standoff for him. It was a violent standoff, right? It was a violent standoff, and it ended with the Moor being executed. You feel me? It ended with the Moor being executed by the police. They went crazy on him. You know what I'm saying? So in a 2019 social media video, he described himself as a Moorish citizen, right? Let me look for something else. I'm looking for some video. Hold on. There you go. Gotta put a face to him. You feel me? Gotta put a face to him. This was the Moor right here that they executed. You feel me? Once again, soft targets, right? It's not a young man. It's not a young, vibrant man. This is a man that they wanted to publicly show, you know, you will not basically embarrass us, right? I already talked about the pushback that the Moors started receiving after Obama became president, because they were putting out videos where they were basically shutting these people down, right? So here goes Yahoo playing stupid, like they know what their thing is. Hardison appeared to have considered himself to be part of the Moorish nation. In a video taken 4 years ago during a traffic stop, he could be heard stating, "This ain't their land. This is my land. I'm a Moor. I got every right to travel from here to Timbuktu." Right to travel is a phrase often used by sovereign citizens during traffic stops and other encounters with police. He also explained that a Moor is a descendant of Morocco, an African country he claims owns the United States. Now, I ain't gonna get too deep into it. Like I said, in part 2, we'll go over it and we'll give you some more information on it. Yeah. it's very interesting. It's sad though. It's very sad. You know what I mean? Yeah, he chumped the whole police department. Right. Right. You know what I mean? He got into a shootout. Yaqub don't care about sovereignty papers. Well, you know, if they said that he started shooting and whatnot, they're obviously gonna respond. They don't give a fuck about paperwork, you know. But they executed the more. I think around it was like 500 shots. He was dumping all day. It was a 6-hour shootout. Like it was going on for a very long time. So he held it down, but eventually he lost his life. So we'll talk about that later on. We'll cover that. I got to get out of here. And if y'all want to leave a Cash App, you know what I'm saying, it would be definitely appreciated. You know, like I said, we're gonna be celebrating baby girl's birthday. This whole strong end. I got a lot of stuff planned for young Bella. I want her to be very happy. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So Melanin Mondays, I'm trying to get AA as a special guest. I'm aiming to get AA Rashid and Blue Pill. Blue is at Shasta and Shasta Mountains right now. Shout out to Blue Pill. AA is on the West Coast and whatnot. Shout out to the gods. We'll be back on Monday and we'll be delivering some information about dark matter timing. This is the event of the whole summer, right? Of course, it ends the summer. We had a Red Summer. I'll be debuting the Red Summer project at this event. I'll also be bringing out artwork. I have some artwork that's been inspired by dark matter timing, the original lecture that took place in 2020. And I've been inspired by all of the shit that's going on in the world. There's so much stuff that why wouldn't I be making art? You know what I mean? This is a very art. It's right for artwork. Of course, I'm gonna visit New York City. That's my home state. I'll be out there in September more than likely. Of course, I'm visiting. They just had to get the air correct. I wasn't feeling all of that air shit. You know what I'm talking about? But with that being said, I want y'all to stay focused, stay healthy, stay wealthy. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't do crowds too much. There's a lot of crazies out here. This is a holiday, holiday weekend, or strong end. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. You feel me? Be mindful of that. Make sure y'all hit the like. Make sure y'all hit the thing. And if you do want to support, go to the Patreon. For all of my Rainbow Opal members, you have a free ticket for the 9/10 event. All of my Rainbow Opal, no, my Citrine, I'm sorry. My Citrine members, you basically have, free access to whatever we're doing. So if you are Citrine, you don't have to worry about no tickets. You Gucci, because that's membership has its privileges. And with that being said, I just want to thank everybody for their time. And I will see you Melanin Monday. Look out for us. Make sure you are following. Make sure your alerts are on so you can get that bing or that ding or whatever they do, And with that being said, love and light. You dig? Peace. We're ending with red opals. Peace.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coconut bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, sliding your land. Hopping the sprinters. Tore the underworld, popping the minter. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We up and squeeze, tuck it and leave. We leaving a stain, fuck a Febreze. Running the banks, causing a crash and feather the feds. flourished the fashion. Horse was smashing, kicking the door. Wave on 4-4s, it was blasting. Mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm as Bentley receipts. Washing the benches, we rinse and repeat. Sacred self, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning flooded the bright lane. The hunger was biting, biting.